Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am covered up because it is freezing cold, but it is time to dive into our stage 4 of mastering video editing. So, by now you guys are people who understand how to make really good raw footage by, taking care of your very good cuts, doing the proper pacing, doing all the zoom ins, so on and so forth. You also understand how to do amazing text, which is create really good captions, create really good subtitles, generate very good text, create very good text styles, so on and so forth. You also understand how to make really high quality animations, and high quality animations, as we talked about, are going to be really mastered inside of After Effects, but you also understand how to set up really good colors, really good placement, make really good animations inside of Premiere Pro, get the good creativity for Premiere Pro, so on and so forth. And now you also understood and learned recently how to make really high quality sound design, which is a very, very crucial skill inside of Premiere Pro, and you guys became amazing at that. Finally, we are at stage number 5, which is mastering music, and this is the final stage of editing inside of Premiere Pro. Music is a very, very interesting thing, and it can either make or break an edit. Because honestly, everything comes down to music. If you want to know how your edit feels like or what environment it sets for the viewer, it's all coming down to music, right? It's all about music selection. And for that reason, we're going to be diving into the next 3 courses in which we're going to be learning everything there is about music inside of Premiere Pro. We're going to be learning the fundamentals and how to really get good music inside of Premiere Pro. And as you guys learn more and more editing styles, as you gain more and more experience inside of video editing, you guys will get better and better taste at choosing music and finding out what the right tracks to use inside of your video actually are. So with this being said, guys, let us dive right in. The first thing we've got today is we need to break down what the role is of music. We need to do this so that we can then understand how do we actually find good tracks to use inside of our videos. How do we set the right scene or the right environment using soundtracks for the viewer to watch the video? And lastly, we're going to be testing it and trying it out and showing you guys how I personally choose music for my videos and for the edits which I make. So what is the actual role of music? Why do we even need to learn and understand music? Why should we care about this as video editors? The first thing you have to understand is everything comes down to music, right? Music at the end of the day is what's going to set the environment of your edit. And you could literally, and I'm not even joking with this, if you have an edit with animations and text and everything and sound design, you could add a music track to it and render it out, and it could be a horrible edit. Then you could take it back and literally just change the music. So just the music alone, and it could be an amazing edit. It is such a small thing. Music is such a small thing that takes little time, but has such a big impact on the video. So it is very, very crucial and very important that we make sure that the music we select is first of all high quality and the best possible music, and also the right music that would fit our video. Okay, so music is a very, very crucial part of video editing. And again, the last thing that you want to do is become amazing at doing raw footage, become amazing at text, generate amazing subtitles, make amazing text styles, text animations, make the best possible animations out there, sound design them so nicely, and then ruin it with music. It's very, very important that we know how to choose the right music and also understand what good music does inside of our video. And for that reason, we're going to first understand what the role of music is. And because you now understand how important music is, you're then going to ask the question, well, why is it this important? It is so important because it sets the environment for the viewer. If you had a regular video and you just added sad music to it, it's going to be a sad environment for the viewer to watch. He's going to have that kind of presupposition before he even watches the video, just as he's hearing the music, right? So music kind of dictates the way that your video is going to go. It kind of decides what the viewer is going to feel as they're watching the video. If you decided to replace that sad soundtrack with a more motivational one, all of a sudden the video is sad. However, its end goal is to motivate the viewer. If you replace that motivational soundtrack with a happy one, let's say the video has a sad feeling to it, but now you added a happy soundtrack to it, now all of a sudden it is humorous. Why? Because you have a sad video but with a happy soundtrack, so it's kind of funny. Let's say you remove the happy soundtrack and then you added an exciting soundtrack, all of a sudden it is super exciting. Why? Because it is a sad scene that's, based on the exciting music in the background, it's going to lead the viewer to something more exciting. They're going to have that presupposition. So it's very, very important to understand. What's important to understand about music is that the way you add the music into your video and the kind of music you choose is going to decide the way that your viewer sees and experiences the video. And it's ultimately going to decide what your viewer is going to get out of the video. So with that being said, that is one of the main reasons music is such a very beautiful thing in the video editing. It's one of the best things you could do, one of the best parts of editing, or 2, it's probably the place where most people ruin their video. Okay, so it's very, very important that we master music in the first place, make sure that we're choosing the right kind of music, and then just make sure that the right kind of music sets the expectation for the viewer. Like for example, if I've got a video where I'm discussing or explaining a certain educational topic, I probably wouldn't use dramatical music unless the educational topic wanted to lead people to a dramatic conclusion, right? If I had a video where I was explaining video editing, I probably wouldn't use sad music unless the editing wanted to lead people to a sad direction. So the place where you want to lead people inside of your video is going to be dictated by your music. And the kind of music you should be using should ideally be decided before you even make the video. And the reason I say this is because a lot of people like to start with music when it comes to editing, and a lot of good editors do this. Instead of adding your clips and starting from there, sometimes they like to add the music first and then start, right? And the main reason for this is because the music is such a crucial part, because it dictates where the video goes. They like to first decide where the video is going to go and then start editing from there, which is not what we're going to be doing. You can't totally do this. It's not what we're going to be doing, because we're going to first just get a lot of experience with music. And just like sound design, music comes down to basically you knowing a bunch of tracks, and these bunch of tracks are going to allow you to decide which right track is suited for this video. Okay, so basically when it comes down to music, all you're going to have to do is just listen to a bunch of songs, make sure you have a lot of tracks inside of your mind, so that when you watch a video, you could just pick one of the out of the 100 and be like, oh, this is a really good one, this would fit perfectly, try it out, and if it fits, you're good to go. Okay, so if you want to become really good at music, the first step you could do is listen to a lot of soundtracks which you can use inside of your videos, and then just kind of decide, how can I use this? Okay, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing in the last course. However, before this, I'm just quickly kind of looking at some pointers over here. We have to first understand how like music dictates the environment of a video, or how do you find music that dictates the environment of the video in the right direction? How do you find good tracks for your video? And in order to do this, we first have to dive into epidemic sounds, and we have to like understand how music works inside of epidemic sounds, how moods work inside of music, and how cadence and timing of music works really well. And for that reason, in the next course, we're going to be getting into epidemic sound and understanding what good music sounds like inside of epidemic sound, how we can get really good music, how we can start using it, because that's the first step. The first step is finding that good music, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we're going to start finding some good music, and then the last one where we're going to be trying this good music and seeing how it affects our video.